Happy Sunday, everybody. Steve Ritter. Getting back into the swing of things slowly but surely. Back in Abu Dhabi here now. So, happy Sunday. And I wanted to share with you guys today. After Mom passed and we'd gone through the house and had cleaned out a lot of things and gone through things and everything else from Mom and Bucky's house. It's one of the things that I found, a book there that they had by Martin Luther, a daily devotional book. And this daily devotional is edited by James Galvin. Anyway, it's writings of Martin Luther put in daily devotional format. So I've been looking at this for the past year now, since I got it from Mom's house, and I brought it back with me because it really, there's a lot of things in here, and I'll go through it as I read one. I'll dog ear the bottom and I'll come back to it and see the particular meaningful thing. But today I want to share one from you. Usually the verse and some things that he says in there that really kind of get me thinking. So I just want to share that with you today. So keeping this one kind of simple, and then that's kind of the theme for today is simple, right? So simple prayer to the Lord. And I'll read today from Matthew chapter 6, verse 5 through 8. And Jesus said, when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him. So I remember growing up and going to church, and I had a lot of friends, and we'd go to church and they'd talk about prayer warriors and prayer, and I'm certainly not. It would always bother me when I had people that I knew that would make a point that they would talk about, and not to brag or anything like that. I'm not trying to call them out or anything else, but in our conversations, I would talk with them, and some of them would pray for an hour a day. And I remember thinking to myself, going, well, what's wrong with me? Why do I not want to? Why can't I pray that long? And it would kind of bother me, kind of make me get down on myself a little bit. And this particular verse here, and then Martin Luther here says in this devotional, it really struck home. He said, however, people who think of prayer as bothersome, difficult work will never find any joy or satisfaction in their prayer lives. Their only source of pleasure will be their continual rambling. If you try to pray, but you have no faith and you feel no sense of need, your heart won't be in it. And if your heart isn't in your prayers, but you still feel obligated to pray, then prayer becomes boring and difficult. This becomes obvious when you look at physical work. If a job is done reluctantly, it will be boring and annoying. But if your heart is in your work, you aren't even aware of the difficulty of your task. So those who have an inner joy when they pray aren't aware of the hard work and trouble involved. God doesn't want long, drawn-out prayers. Instead, he wants sincere prayer that flows out of a faithful heart. And that's the key. I think for me, in my prayer life, when I pray, praying from the heart, I don't particularly throw out a lot of highfalutin prayers or lofty language or anything else, but I've always kind of made it a point for me to pray from the heart. That it's I've given Thanksgiving prayers before when we're praying over the Thanksgiving meal or something, and I'll just start tearing up or whatever. I'll just say, Lord, thank you, and amen. And that still gets me thinking about it, but I mean, it was heartfelt. God knows, like it says at the end of verse 8 there, your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. He already knows. But so it's a matter of your heart. It's a matter of your heart talking to the Lord. It's a matter of your going to the Lord with an open, caring heart, open, willing heart. I think about, and I pray all day. I mean, riding along, or there'll be moments, and I've talked about this before about prayer, and all day long, unceasing prayer all day, just in a continual state of prayer, and thanking God for this or that, or I'll ride along and think of somebody at a particular point. So for me, I've put that past me now, where I feel like I gotta go crawl up with my list and dutifully go down the list until I get all the way through it, and then I got another 30 minutes. I still got to find something else to pray about to make it an hour. For me, that's not what it's about. It's from the heart. So, and I'm not trying to bash anybody. I know there's prayer warriors out there. I think that's the point Martin Luther makes. If that's the work that God's called you to do, to pray and to put that time in, you do it with a it's not tiresome, it's not bothersome. And I got to tread carefully here. I'm not trying to make it seem like prayer is tiresome, but it all comes from the heart and where your heart is. If God puts that on your heart to pray like that, then pray like that, by all means. So anyway, that's just some thoughts I had, just kind of keeping it simple today. Hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next time.